this live pulled up here. Nope, I don't got it yet. What up, y'all? 520. Zero says we're live. I'm trying to make sure that we are.
Yeah.
Oh boy,
All
here
right,
we
looks
go.
like we're live. We got Jay Shane in
It's
the
about to get
house.
real.
Man.
Okay. All right. Here we go. Here we go. Let me mute this here. All right. We're good. We're good. Okay. Well, so welcome to another interview here in the Discord. We're live on YouTube and on Twitter. Yeah, man. 520 Collective. Make sure you go to 520collective.com. Why? Because this interview is being brought to you by the 520 Collective Wavemaker Awards 2022, being powered by Track Stars. That's right, man. We are partnered up with the Track Stars this year. They're going down January 1st on the Track Stars YouTube channel. So make sure you tap in. We've got the voting happening right now through November 11th. So go on there, vote, help determine the finalists for 7 of the 10 categories. Right now, again, 520club.com. And if you want to get tapped in beyond just voting, there's ways you can do that too. Ain't that right, David? How do they get involved?
Yeah. So you might even want to be a sponsor for this year's award. That means that your name, your platform, your business, your ministry, whoever you are and whatever you do can be tied to an actual Dot Wave Makeup Award for 2022. So, you need to reach out to us, 520collective.com. Hit us up, guys. You can contact the email there, contact at 520collective.com. Hit us up for more information about sponsorship. We can get you some information. But again, you have the opportunity to attach your name to a Dot Wave Makeup Award. That's a big deal, guys. So tap in with us. Let's connect and let's continue to build bridges for the kingdom. Let's go.
Yeah, man. So go vote. Vote early, vote often, rock the vote because it's your right. I don't know. We're going to leave it at that. But one person that you can vote for that is a nominee in a couple, well, I don't know, maybe a few different categories is the man who's with us tonight, Eddy Puyol, hanging out with us in the Discord. We'll run around, introduce who's here. So, of course, I'm Eric Boston. You just heard from my man, King David the Vessel. We got Zero for Hire running the show here for us, and our guy Jay Shane, DJ Jay Shane, is hanging out with us. But the man of the hour, Eddy Poohyo, what's good, man?
Love that I'm here with the family, you know what I mean?
Yeah, man. So, maybe people, if they don't know you as Eddy, they may know you as Raw Servant, man. You
That's
kind
a
of went by
true
that
story.
moniker for a long time, bro.
Yeah, man.
So, 20 years in this music thing. Like, you don't look like you've
Listen,
aged a day, man. Come on.
even my family still call me Raw, you know what I mean? That's what it is.
Oh, yeah, yeah. So okay, so I guess the place I want to start then is with that, man. So you were Raw Servant for a long time, bro, and then you made the change over to your given name. What went into that decision, man? Because a lot of people, man, when you've been in it for that long, that's not an easy choice to make. When
No,
people know
I
you
mean,
as one thing.
yeah, it's not. It wasn't. I wrestled with it for a while, but the older I got, man, I was just more interested in telling my story even more so personally, like who I am. You know what I mean? So Raw Servant is always going to be what I'm about, how I live. I live raw, I speak raw, I serve God and people raw. So that's always going to be my MO and my shtick. But Eddy Poohyole is who I am. That's what mom and dad, named me, and that's who I or how I introduce myself whenever I greet people. What up? Hey man, I'm Eddy. You know what I'm saying? Still the same dude. Majority of the time I don't even talk about the music while I'm living. You know what I mean? I'm just loving on people, right? So when I'm walking around just saying, hey, what's up? It's Eddy, So then when I get to tell them I do music, it's real dope because they're like, yo, I never would have, hey, what? And then they listen to it, they're like, hey man, not for nothing, but you pretty hot, dog. So I'm thankful that I flipped the switch. Wished I would have did it earlier. So one of those things that wherever you lie on the field, that's on you. But I encourage people all the time, man. come out with your giving, because that ain't never going to change. Always going to be that.
So, do you feel like the name change affected just your approach to the music in any way? Was
Oh,
there a little bit of a sonic difference once that happened?
Well, for sure, but I would definitely say that I kind of felt myself, especially when I was going through just a nasty whirlwind of personal life. You know what I'm saying? I I was wanting to tell my story of how God rescued me out of some real life current situations that was going on. And I wanted to be even more vulnerable in the sense of hey man, I got jacked up in life and I'm not afraid to talk about it. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like, hi, I'm Eddy. You know what I mean? I don't got it all together, and it was that freedom in my writing as I was telling my story and saying, hey, but I know who does have it all together and who help us get it together. You know what I mean? So my voice got stronger, my delivery, switched into kind of where I'm going. Yeah, this is where I want to land in my artistry. So it took me a while, man. During my raw servant years, I was figuring it out. To be honest with you, I was figuring out sonically how I wanted to sound, how I wanted to deliver, my approach, all sorts of stuff. But once I kind of got involved with the Trump show, and then I got on the Billboard charts with Fire, and then I started seeing my music get impacted and used and impacting sports players and in the sports world. It was a switch for me, and I was like, man, I should have did it back then, but now is a great time too.
Yeah, man. And I'm gonna tell my guys here with me, man. If y'all got any questions you want to throw Eddy's way, just hop in here. Shout out to DJ Lost and Found. He's on the YouTube live. He said his mama named him Eddy, so I'm just gonna call him Eddy with a laughing emoji. That's what's up, man. What up,
Straight
Lost
up,
and Found?
man.
Appreciate you, bro. Yeah. So you released a project not too long ago.
Right.
Pronounced Pooh-Yole. Talk to us about this project, man, because it's been one of our favorites this year.
Oh, I love it. Thank you, man. I wanted to, so in kind of introducing myself and reintroducing myself to the world at large, I wanted to be able to kind of share where I'm at. So I'm big on theme music. Everybody needs a record that they can play in whatever moment they're in. You know what I'm saying? So when you've had enough and you're just over different things that are going on in your world, or you want something better and you're like, yo, I'm going this way, not that way. You make that declaration, you say it's over. Just like I did when I was doing Game Changer or On Fire or Walk with God or any, type records. I was always about making statement records. So, putting a bunch of moments together kind of helped me compile a great picture of who I am. I'm a man that's all about it, man. What you see is what you get. I'm as real as they come. I tell you the way I feel. I don't got a problem. Sometimes I may say it a little too strong, so that's why I go think you tough. I'd have had enough. Yeah, shots fired, man. I call you bluff. I mean it to win it. What I start, I'm going to finish. No question. Like, it's all me, dog. I'm that's just me. That's really how I am. So it was cool putting the project together, and then love bit me again. So wrote a record to the moon. Never Lose was a super fun one to do. I love and still love seeing it, but the video to me, bro, that's like my heart out my chest. Got my pops, my mom's in it, my sister, my brother's in it, and I got my two beautiful girls in it. And every time they see it, or my nieces and nephews see it, they're like, yo, look, it was one of those moments, man. And salute to the big homie P Zilla, Petty D. When he saw it, he said, man, Rod, you done did that one, bro. You really showed your heart even more so. So Pronounced Pooh-Yole is that, you know what I'm saying? The even more personal and closeness to me as a person and an artist.
Yeah, man. KD, Jay Shane, you guys have any questions you want to throw his way before I move on to the next one?
Yeah, just so while we in this space, a lot of guys, especially artists, and just being around music for a while, and just kind of seeing some of these changes, similar changes go on and transpire, and of course we see something similar with like the truth. He's not going to be the truth anymore. Now he's Emmanuel. He's going by his birth name or what have you.
Right.
Do you feel like the name change? And again, this happens a lot, and in some instances, it's biblical. The portion that I'm getting ready to ask, do you feel like the name change changed you doctrinally? You in a different place in terms of what you believe about God or how you believe God in that space? Is that all kind of like a part of this whole kind of rebranding, and not for the sake of just the music, but just in life? Because again, you're introducing you to people who maybe only came in contact with a persona who was still also you, but this is like, hey, authentically, completely, no mask, no gimmicks, no none of that. This is who I am. So like doctrinally, do you feel as though things have changed for you in the space that you're in right now?
I would say that honestly, my understanding of the Father's love has grown deeper. Where he really loves us with a love that, and there is nothing we can do to change that. Me being a father now, I really even see that more so. You know what I'm saying? Because there is nothing as bothered or upset as I can get, with my kids, or if they don't listen or don't do something. There is nothing that gets me to change my view of them, how I see them, how I love them, how I want to be with them. Nothing. So I definitely feel that as I've grown and life has changed for me a lot, I have a bigger understanding of the Father's heart, and it's cool to be able to share that just in a real perspective, in an everyday. What's up? I'm Eddy. This is the vibe. This is the vibe I'm on. You know what I mean? That kind of thing. So I would definitely say that hand in hand for sure. More of the stuff you see on my page, on my socials, family, bro. Me with my kids, me with my girl, me with the family, golfing, vibing, occasionally in the studio, rocking the show, back to the family. You know what I'm saying? It's just, it's that. So yeah, 100.
Dope. No, I appreciate that. It sounds like it's a lot more about life right now as opposed to just music, and music being able to come out of life versus, sometimes guys get into, and just artists, period, get into
Right.
trying to force certain things to come out to keep up with that life side of things, right? Or to keep up with that
Right.
persona versus living and being able to pull out of this. And I think it's one of the reasons why, generally speaking, we kind of stay in a certain space, right? We don't grow. Our content doesn't grow. What we talk about doesn't grow. How we talk about it
Right.
doesn't grow. And I think it's, we don't live certain things out, man. So a lot of times we spend times writing about stuff that we haven't experienced, and we don't know to be true for ourselves. So it sounds like you're in a healthy space, and
Oh man,
nothing
that's
producing out
love.
of a healthy space, yo.
Yeah, that's love. Like when I wrote Never Lose, I tell people all the time this story. I just think it's the coolest thing. So I'm in the crib right now. You know what I mean? That's a picture of the baby's, birthday party. I was born on the 4th of July. So like when I say this one's for you, when I say born on the 4th of July, the sky was banging. Like that's for real. I was really born on the 4th of July, and I really about making a statement. You know what I mean? Bang, bang, baby. Hey, look, now, mama, we made it. Word of Life tape still got your boy singing that. This one's for you. Man, Word of Life was the church I first started rapping at. This one's for you. This sample that you hear, that little young voice, that's me, bro, at 11. You know what I'm saying? I made that beat right here on this table that I'm vibing on. So, but anyways, Never Lose, man. I remember writing the record, Rockstro, from where I'm at right now, man. I got a little spot over there for my kids, man. We play games on the table. They do some drawing stuff on the table. It's just, just kind of cool little spot. And TV was on. Rodgers was playing Brady in the AFC Championship, I think. And yeah, it was a championship game. So sitting there watching it, and I was like, bro, they're getting creative, drawing. I want to get creative. You know what I'm saying? So I pull out the phone, check through Dropbox link I got with a bunch of beats that, you know, my homies send me. So boom, pick one, just started vibing to it. I always liked it, listening to it. I was like, okay. Then I came up with that never lose, only win. Ooh, like that statement. Never lose, only win. It's twisted all sorts of ways. And of course, being involved in the sports world, you know, that's a big statement to make in the sports world, and something that definitely, you know, people want to think about it. You never go into a game thinking you lose. And in life, you should never think that you're going to go in a situation and lose. You should always think that you're going to go win. And if you don't win, you learn. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, so I got on that never lose, only win. I was like, oh, that's hot. And then all of a sudden I got to that all gas, no brakes. All gas, no brakes. I said, that's a tagline. So kept on writing. Beat was playing. I'm sitting there vibing, watching the TV. And all of a sudden, man, my daughter lived. All gas, no brakes. All gas, no brakes. I go, yo.
It's always the kids, yo. It's always the kids, yo.
Money. She said, I said, baby, like that one? She goes, yeah, Dad. And she just went right back to drawing like nothing, bro. Like, so that was life. Like that really happened. It wasn't like I'm pretending, like that really happened. So when I do the record live and folks lose their mind and the kids go, ah, they jam it. You can look on the Instagram page and see the kids react. Bro, that's life. You know what I mean? So I'm having fun sharing and doing life with people. You know what I'm saying? And letting folks see what it's like to just walk this life out. You know what I'm saying? The ups, the downs, the highs, the lows, and everything. It's cool. So Eddy Puyol, here I am. You know what I mean?
Dope.
Eric, we was just
Yeah,
talking
man.
about
So,
that last night. We was just talking about that the kids. It's like you got to appeal to the kids, and not in a superficial way, like obviously in an authentic way, and having that situation where your kids are at one end of the table being creative, and then you like, oh, that inspires me, that sparks something in me, and it's so real. Like those are the kinds of stories that I'm always talking about when we have our conversation, like grown man situation, grown man rap, just real life, authentic, but also like you looking at the kids and you're like, hey, what y'all think? I'm like, oh, I like that. Like when you in the car, and I know Eddy, I know you gotta have this. When you in the car, you got like maybe one of your tracks come on a playlist or something, and the kids start singing in the background.
Ooh.
That just melts.
Best feeling in the world, bro. Best feeling in the world, bro. Hands down, like. So when I write, it's literally like what I'm thinking, what I'm feeling. You know what I'm saying? So I remember I talked about in that record specifically, Never Lose. I said, push hard, pray harder, focused on raising my daughters. Got no time to waste time or take time to make sure they live life out lavishly. I'm a G, no cap. So careful what you do, because what goes around comes around. You can never say I ain't never warned you. And I remember, bro, writing that. And then we got into the video shoot, and there was a couple things that I didn't do. And one of the lines was no cap. Like I never said it, not one. In the 5-6 takes it took, whatever. You know what I'm saying? I'm one of those dudes, man. You can ask the homies. I just get in and I'm out. I don't want to spend 100 takes. And anyway. And all of a sudden, my boy Juan, who was doing the video, sent me the edit. And Olivia, my youngest daughter, who was the one that came up with the all gas, well, not came up with it, but pushed me to go, yo, Dad, that's hot, you know? Mm-hmm. All of a sudden, you see in her, she's like, no cap. And I was like,
that's how you know.
Yo, like, bro, that moment rocked me because my kids are watching me live this life out. You know what I'm saying? And they're watching me live my art out, my talent out. So they're seeing all of it and they're part of all of it. So the fact that the both of them, because if you watch the video, they both did, you know, some crazy stuff. Even my oldest daughter, Ava, when I start flipping fast at the end, like you see her mouthing it, like she was singing along. So to what you said, Zero, they're everything to me. You know, my kids, bro, are definitely the pulse and the heartbeat of my movement. You know what I'm saying? So in that song, I was going through a nasty divorce. So I was thinking about them. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, push hard, pray harder, because I was going through a lot of stuff, man. You know, that's one of my time with the kids. That's what I wanted. You know what I'm saying? And I had to push to get it, you know. But like I said, in Walk with God, I stand for my rights because that's my right. You know, I'm gonna go do what I said. I'm gonna be here for you. So to see them impacted and affected by it in a great way, bro, is money. Just that's my Grammys.
Oh man. Oh, yeah.
So when I listened to the project, man, there's a couple of things that jumped out to me immediately. And it is like what you were talking about, right? Like when you listen, this is a project full of anthems. And I think when you have a lot of records that have just that big quality, right? Sometimes you have a hard time maybe creating a project that sounds cohesive rather than just like, here's a bunch of songs, right? I think you did a great job of putting these songs together to where they fit and they complement each other, right? And they sound like they belong with, you know, on the same project. Like how was that, man? How was that process for you going in and making sure that it didn't just sound like, you know, a playlist that you were giving to people? You know what I'm saying?
Boston, I got to keep it 100, man. I don't ever think about it when I first start. I just cut records, and I take a little while in my writing. So like the Pronounced Pooh-Yole project is a big introduction, reintroduction to people, you know, now using my name, Eddy Puyol. So I grabbed one of my staple records that I still do today, Father, I Trust You, that came out years and years and years ago. Freaked the mix on it a little bit, added a crazy bass line, you know what I mean, that makes the trunk shake a little bit, which fits more of where we're at, man, because, you know, from the South, man, you got to let the 808s bang, you know? So kind of re-manipulated the way I wanted to do it, which I was thinking a while ago. Through that, I've always loved the record Ice. Loved it. Thought it was super dope, bro. My dude Puntin just flexed hard on this verse. So it was beautiful for me to kind of go, let me dig back in the chamber and grab something that I always thought was hot. Twisted it, hollered at the homie Von Juan, man. He crushed the verse, dude. And now you pop it out today, even though the record is years old, it sounds brand new. You know what I'm saying? So I have, as of probably like mid-career, I have been that guy that has wanted to make timeless records, not a record that comes in and out, like with the fad, with the trend, you know, even the trap trend. Like the Never Lose has a trap type style beat, but it's melodic, so it doesn't really sound like it only can lock into this style. You know what I'm saying? That may not be here in a little bit. You know, the reggae record, that's reggae, that'll be forever. You know what I'm saying? To the Moon, it has that pop R&B with a trap twist to it in the beat. So drawing inspiration from the sounds of today and the sounds of old, because I like music. So it's got like a Barry White Love Unlimited orchestra vibe going on in the song. You know what I'm saying? Down to This One's For You. Like anybody that digs hip hop knows Will Smith when he was the Fresh Prince and when he was rocking with the homie DJ Jazzy Jeff. And Summertime is the banger.
It's classic.
So when I wrote This One's For You, I'm making the beat and I'm like, yo, this just got that vibe. And then I brought it into the studio, and the crew, you know, got on and they started just playing the vibe to it. And of course, I was already flexing, telling the story, rapping on the block with my homie Jay in the 8th grade, screaming out, "Gotta get saved," because that really was going on. I was in 8th grade, started to rap with my homie Jason Squire. You know, his mom was the manager of the group. She's in the song too, bro. When she got with me, she first recorded me doing that record, "This One's For You," in her garage. And when she gave me the mic to sing in, you hear in the background going, "Okay, wait till I start nodding my head." So when I got to producing the record, what did I want on that song? Okay, wait till I start nodding my head. Like, it's just authentic. So Boston, I don't think I ever go into any of the projects trying to see if they all fit. I go, here's where I'm at right now in life. You know what I'm saying? I'm on the backside of the mountain, finally freed up of the divorce nonsense, you know what I'm saying? Living, enjoying it. I got my kids, you know, it's a beautiful thing. I'm living, I'm creative again. All that mess, bro, going backwards in life, man, that's over. You know, so I wrote, it's over, you know? And my mindset, never lose, we only win, you know? Put that, sigue pa'lante. Always wanted to do the record in Spanish. Full Spanish, though. Not like I did before Spanglish, which shout out to ESPN for picking up the record when it was like that. But now this thing's just got even more swag to it because it's 100% Spanish, you know? And you just keep going from there. So I just kept building the records. And then I kind of figured out and made them fit. So I'm just glad that you think that I actually took a lot of time to go, man, this one goes here, this one.
Well, but for real though, like that's like you can tell, and that I don't know, maybe it's just me, but it bothers me
No,
when it
you're
really
right.
sounds like
No,
it's just thrown
you're
together.
right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm not gonna diss that. You're 100% real. Recognize real. Like you get it because truthfully, you know, and I'm not just saying this because I put it together, but it does sonically fit.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a sign of maturity, though. And like we at the beginning, you were talking about like, you know, some people saying rap is a young man's game and everything. And it's like all that stuff we be trying to avoid or complaining about. That's like the musical version of when you in your 20s and you just do and say dumb stuff all the time and your friends got to pull you away. So it's good that I feel blessed we get to have these conversations with people that's 10, 20, you know, 10, 15, 20 years in the game. And grown men, mature, don't have to do silly stuff like that. Like to have a record that's just all over the place make no sense. That's a sign of maturity.
Yeah, I'll tell you, Zero, I mean, God, they're all my favorites, but one of my favorite moments was putting that "This One's For You" together. Because that's me at 11 years old, bro. That's my voice back then. So me rapping with me, it's like,
that's gotta be like a treasure, man.
it's one of those moves where I go, that's why I say my life's like it feels like a movie. Everything I've done and have been able to do and still am doing, it's like a movie, man. Like it's like I can't even play the script, bro. It's just I'm the guy out of the you know, four of us that was rapping on the block, you know what I mean? I'm the only light-skinned dude, you know what I'm saying? I'm Cuban. And I'm the one that's rapping. Like it's wild, man. I'm the one that's traveled. I'm the one that's got picked up by.
You hear a lot of people putting their kids on the trap, but you don't hear a lot of people putting old recordings of themselves on the track because they don't have it. Usually don't go that far back. So that's awesome.
Man.
That's awesome.
No, you blessed to have them, bro. My stuff
Straight up.
like little cassettes, man, and reels, and like that's how long I've been around it. So digital, we didn't have that option. You know what I'm saying? So cassette tapes, man, and reels and DATs, you know, stuff that cats just don't use anymore, man. So you blessed, bro, to be able to do that.
If I find one
man,
of them old karaoke tapes, I'd be like, why did I do that? No.
But it's that, like it's that I think is even more precious for us to share.
Yeah.
Because that's life, man. You know what I'm saying? It ain't always cute and perfectly packaged, and the fly is this and that. It's sometimes messy. It sometimes doesn't sound the best. And,
That's real.
you know what I'm saying?
Eric's got some
So,
throwbacks.
but here's the craziest part about it. That record's 30 years old.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? If you think about it, because I was that old. I was 11 back then. So so that was birthed in me then, and it finally came to light now. So my biggest thing as I'm living and walking this faith out is I truly, I'm on that kick, man. God doesn't have that timetable like man has that timetable. Time is different to God. And every situation that you go through, you may not know why you're going through, you may not understand it, you may not, get it, you may be frustrated during it or whatever. You may be enjoying it, both sides of the spectrum. But in every season, in every situation you go through, there's always wisdom and things to grab from and draw from and kind of tuck away. So I trip, bro, because I would have never thought in my beginning stages of my career that one of the funnest records I could have put together would be me sampling me. Because I sounded young, just like you said. It's that real high
baby
voice.
voice.
You know what I'm saying?
Yo.
And you try to be like King David on the, hey, what up? You know what I mean? And here I am going, nah, but my kids, they love the record because they hear that little voice and they're like, oh, they sing along to it. So I had to tell my story in the song, and it was so fun because, like I even say on verse 2, I say, decades later, I'm still doing my thing. From Hammer Pants to Sunfest to the USA, to hearing Game Changer all around the globe. So making my dreams happen, man, and never. So it's like, that's life for me. Still doing it decades later. I was rocking Hammer Pants back then, Dave.
Man, I know that story too, bro.
I really rock Sunfest, this big, mainstream event where, Lil Wayne to, any of the rock bands, Fugees, Lauryn Hill, Damon Marley, any big Maroon 5, they all play there, you know what I'm saying? I rock that. Had songs on ESPN. I've traveled, so I hope and pray that in this move I'm in with the pronounced Pooh-Yole project, that people will go, man, I just want to share life and do life with people. And I want to let my art display how I'm living and let it reflect my life versus the art trying to exaggerate how you live in life.
That's real.
That's a big deal.
That's the conversation we be trying to have. We need more of, and man, I feel like we're blessed to have you as an example of what that looks like, because that's what I think rap needs is more examples. You can't just disappear at 25,
Right, my biggest heartbeat, bro. My babies, and I done told you all the stories. So it's real. Like, they watch us. So the artists that are watching us are watching us. You know what I'm saying? So, it's okay if you're not the fly. It's okay if that's okay. That's all right if you didn't get booked for that show. And it's, it's okay if you didn't get love from that way. But you did get love from 520. So spend time with those that are loving you and supporting you and behind you and encouraging you. And hold that moment right there versus going, skirt, where's the next one? You know what I'm saying? Because this one right here is pressure. We won't have this time again like we had. It'll be different and feel different the next time. You know what I'm saying?
So talk about this real quick, bro, before Eric chime in, because I know Eric's sitting in the cut. Realistically and honestly, how many times have you been tempted to quit? Like shut it down, like stop, like yo, I'm getting older. I got life going. I got this other stuff happening, and you know what? This music is dope and it's great, but if I'm looking at it just from a natural perspective, I could shelve this. Go do X, Y, Z. I got stuff out there, you know, that's doing well, residuals, whatever. I could shut all of this down and do something else with life. Talk about that, bro.
Phew. So 1000, 2015, 2017. Me and the now ex were going through it heavy, and you know, she was in my ear wanting me to quit. You know, just constantly, just kind of Anyway, and I remember saying to her, I said, "Look, this is what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna finish what I started, because that's the Pooh-Yole motto. And I mean, that's a mantra, man. Finish what you start. Like I said it, and it's over. You know. So I'm gonna finish the records I'm working on, okay? And if it doesn't do what it needs to do, I'll shut it down. But if it does, as God's saying, yo, man, you still got more work to do, and you're gonna have to be cool with that." So I put it all on the line, dog. I mean, it was like unfiltered, unbiased, no additives, no shame in the game. Lord, I want peace in the house, and there's no peace. So if you want me to, you're gonna have to make something happen on this one. I'm throwing it all in. So in the Shut It Down project specifically, when I was still rocking with the Raw Servant mantra, I had a record, There Go That Man, on it, with my homie Lil Rascal. Shout out to them. All In with Petty D and the homie Teron Carter from the Grits. Ice with Just Puntin' back then. Shut It Down with Pyrex. And then I had this record On the Line with Jafar Life. There you go. That's it. 5 records. Throw that cover up one more again. David, down to the artwork. I said, all I want to do is look straight at the camera. So when I went to take pictures with the homies, they were like, all right, do this pose and that pose. I said, cool, I'll do all that with you. But I want you one time, until we got it, I'm going to look straight at the camera, and I want you to snap until we got that shot that it goes, yo, man, I'm about that life. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's all, I wanted to walk away with that statement. Like, I'm really about that life. So, boom. Project wasn't even out yet. Ended up having this meeting at ESPN. And me, my brother and Lil Rascal, we enjoying our time. We was up there for a concert at UConn. Shout out to UConn. So my brother Bobby set it up. We were doing some stuff. Anyways, get in the spot, looking all around ESPN. This like grown man Disney World. You know, that's in the morning we watching Sports Center. Right now, you know what I'm saying? I'm watching the game. ESPN. So anyways, sitting there just enjoying my time, get ready to leave. And, you know, my contact over there at ESPN, who's just, you know, such a dope woman, she was like, hey, when you finish with the album, you know, send it my way. I said, cool, say no more. Get back to the studio after we enjoyed our time, lived the moment, great shows, all this stuff. Sent it to her. Before the album was even out, she already picked a record on the project. And there was only 5 songs, bro. She already picked one. I was like, whoa, okay. Didn't even come out yet. So she picked There Go That Man, and it ran in the NBA Finals. Then all of a sudden, she hits me back. Hey, I got the draft on the horn asking me for a song for the NBA draft. And I said, we've been burning your record up. Why don't, y'all listen to this guy's stuff? They love it. They want to use it for the NBA draft. I said, well, guess I ain't supposed to shut it down. You know what I'm saying? So this is as real as it gets. After that, me and the ex, we had to shut it down because I'm like, there's not going to be peace because two can't walk unless they agree. And I kept on walking. When it came down to producing this record, Dave, I was getting to that point where I'm like, man, I don't want to do it anymore after this. I don't know. I don't know. Bro, the minute I finished and did it, I was like, I got more to say. I got already 4 in the can right now. You know what I'm saying? Loaded. And I'm growing. I'm producing even more. I'm putting tracks together the way I want it to sound. Like growth, bro. Growth. And if I would have shut it down back then, I would have missed this moment.
You would have missed this.
I would have missed this moment right here. You know what I'm saying? So everybody watching and all of us, right now on the stream, bro, if God's put something in you to do, he's put it in you to do it. Not the next man, the next woman. No, it's you. So whatever it is, he's put that in you. And sometimes it starts at 11, right? And you don't know exactly how it's maneuver, but walk it out and do life, and little by little keep on climbing the mountain, bro. And eventually about right here, you're like, oh, look how much time has gotten by and look how much we've done. You know what I'm saying? And look how much fun we've had. Ups, downs, highs, lows, everything in between.
That's dope. Look how much of an impact, you know what I'm saying, you done made, man. How many lives have been touched, man? You may not ever see the harvest, man, from the seeds that you've sown through music into the lives of other people. One plants, another man waters. God brings the increase. You may not ever see it, but just being obedient, that there's blessings from obedience that we may never live to see, but it's because we did what we were supposed to do. God is still doing what he said he would do. That's a big deal, man.
Man, David, you want to talk about seeds? So Winter Jam never had hip hop on a tour other than Toby Mac. And one of my closest homies, man, was like, hey, why don't we try something? You down to try something? I said, what's that? Well, you write anthems. Why don't you write a Winter Jam? I was like, you want me to write a song for a tour? He goes, yeah, man, let's pitch to him, see what happens. They don't really know about this hip hop life, so let's show them how we can incorporate it. And I've always been able to kind of meld and merge styles in, so I went at it. And I did it, bro. Pitched it to them. They fell in love with it, bro. And they used it right away every night of the tour. And I'm backstage, and Toby was there, and I go, yo, what's up, man? He said, Raw, what you doing back here? Because no hip-hop artists on the tour. Why am I backstage? Okay? Independent artists on an independent grind, right? Toby goes, yeah, man, that's what you doing here. I said, I'm just here to listen to how my song quake in the arena, bro. He go, wait a minute, that's you? I go, yeah, man, that's me. He says, wow. He said, I love how you put some auto-tune on there. You just did enough, like it sounds cool. Too much T-Pain, like it just sounds like crispy, like just some little ear candy. I said, yeah, man. He said, I've been thinking about doing it too. I said, bro, you should. I said, I think you would sound great. All right, that was 09. After that, listen to Toby Mac. I promise, dog.
Oh, Raw, the reason that Toby Mac used auto-tune, huh?
I ain't gonna say that I am. I mean, me and homie can talk about it, but I'm telling you right now, bro, real life. I said it to him. The next thing, all I hear was that. And then after that, guess who graced the platforms of Winter Jam?
Wow. Eric, there's a clip. That's the clip right there.
Yeah, man. Well, I'll tell you this, man. If Toby Mac ever decides to come around 520 way, I'll make sure to ask him. Yeah, I'm gonna check the receipts on it. So.
You gotta bring it up, bro. You gotta bring it up.
I love the homie, bro, but I swear it, bro. On my mama, dog. I'm backstage. Real talk, bro. That was a combo. Hand to God, player. I ain't even know.
That is a great story.
Yeah, man. So okay, so I've got some like back to back
Hit me.
stuff here.
telling
So
us to
before
shut
I
up.
do though, before I do, I want to no. I've been listening, and I had some stuff anyway, but I've been listening. But I also know Jay Shane's been sitting here for a minute. Yo, Jay Shane, what's up, man?
All right, so can you guys hear me all right?
Got you.
So, all right. Man, I want to hit on, because I think we've been talking about it, especially with the new album that just dropped. Man, I love the fact that you put Father, I Trust You on it. Because I'm an OG head, right? I love all
Right.
the old stuff. Like, and I mean, the thing that I want to really put some emphasis on is there's some legacy here of not just catalog, right? But there's legacy here of just a wealth history of growing up and following the Lord with this thing. And I mean, I'm sitting here. I remember the day that somebody handed me the CD for In Rare Form back in 08. Somebody handed me that.
Wow.
And I'm like, along with like some of the Flavor Fest comps and all that. And I remember sitting down to listen to it. And I'm like, man, this is on it, man. And then you know, fast forward about 7 or 8 years, you know, we have projects dropping like No Ordinary Love, and then we get to, you mentioned Raz earlier with Head Up High, man. That was my car jam forever.
That's what's
Back
up.
when I think it was like 2013.
Yep, that
when
was it.
dropped.
Yep.
And then the one thing that hasn't been mentioned yet is Raw Servant dropped a Christmas track for White Christmas. So we've got a rich legacy here of just a wealth of not just music, but a history of seeing what the Lord can do if you surrender your life to Him, and whatever it is, be it music, be it you know, be it a truck driver, whatever the case may be. But I just want to give props to that, because as we've been talking about, you don't see a lot of longevity in the genre, so to speak. At least, I mean, because I cut my teeth back in '96, right? So we're talking about Gospel Gangsters and
Okay.
Raz and all them, right? And some of them, like, they're talking about all the old stuff they used to do, but you don't have cats like you and KJ52 and some of the other cats that are out there that are still doing it. So I just want to give props to that for the legacy, man.
What's up, man?
Of you are following the Lord, man, and He is continuing to bless that pen, man, to bless the pen, bless the track machine, and again, just props for the legacy and all that, man.
That's what's up, bro. Yeah, man, that says a lot, dog, right there, you know?
Yeah, totally.
All right, so here's my rapid fire for you, Eddie.
Hit it.
Okay. So if you're someone who fell in love and became a fan of Raw Servant, 20 years ago, what's gonna make you fall in love with pronounced Pooh-Yole today?
Oh, man.
That's a good one.
You still gonna hear that raw servant. You still gonna hear me being straight up, this is who I am, this is what I'm about, you know what I mean? Just with an even stronger voice. you know, and a more clear cut focus and understanding of what I'm here on earth to do and say, share. You know what I'm saying? So that's definitely, I think, the snapshot of what you're getting now if you're rocking with me. Before, you were getting a young dude, energetic, straight out the gate that just wanted to reach everybody, travel the world. And man, I was all. Now I've gotten even more focused, and I'm just that laser focused dude. You know what I mean? So it may take me a little minute to, with an album or song, but that's because I really spend time crafting it and go after making a timeless cut. So that when you listen to it now, years later, like Father, I Trust You, it still sounds great now. The message is still real right now. It hasn't gone away. It still has, stood the test of time. Just like any of the other big dudes that have done massive records, from Marvin Gaye, What's Going On, to Collins, In the Air Tonight. Bro, you play those records right now, still banging today. You know what I'm saying? So that's it.
Yeah, man. And then for the people who maybe are just, getting familiar with you now, with your current releases, right? And you know how listeners are, man. Like, getting them to listen to a whole project sometimes can be tough. Getting them to go back and listen to a whole back catalog, even tougher, right? But for those people that you still want to make sure they go back and see where you've came from, you've also released a playlist, not exactly right alongside of the project, but pretty close here, that kind of covers that legacy of the last 20 years, man. Just talk a little bit about that playlist real quick.
Yeah, Vibes and Visions, bro, was fun to put together, and it's something that I'll still add to as I continue to release more cuts, man. But I'm a vibe artist, so everything starts with a vibe. When I press play, man, the record's got a vibe. You just got to feel it. There's got to be something to it. It's got to be different. It can't just be, oh, I've heard that already. Like, got to be that. I spend a lot of time focusing on the intros of how the first second, So visions is something that specifically artists have for when they're producing, because they have a vision, an idea of kind of like what they want it to be like or sound like yo, when I did this one's for you, I want, how the sample, boom, I want the 808s to bang, cool key, vibe, retro, So I thought making a playlist that could kind of combine my world and the artist world would be dope. So Vibes and Visions is kind of what I came up with, and I wanted to bring a bunch of those ideas to the forefront. A bunch of vibes for you to jam to, and a bunch of visions for you to hear, and understand, like, things that God put in me and planted in me, to share, to do, or to live out, walk out. I got 100 lines in those songs that you can hear and pull, wisdom from and grab from. So I think it was only fitting for me now, using my real name, to kind of bring some of the records over that I wanted specifically to highlight, and share with people now. So, and salute to Pandora, man. Pandora, showing your boy love, bro. Gave it a big shout out on their socials, a whole nine highlight, which I was like blown away, man. I'm going, yo, that's super hot, man. Big fan of Pandora, and it's cool, man, that we can be unashamed in our faith, man, and in our delivery. We want to rock on the mic and things that we want to share, and a big company like Pandora will push it. That's cool.
Yeah, man. So a couple other questions real quick here. you talked about Petty, you talked about Raz, and some of these different guys that you've worked with through the years, right? Man, just looking back at just talk a little bit about Florida and its place from where you sit. What's its place when you look back at the history of Christian rap, man? Like, I feel like it's
Right.
one that can kind of get looked over a little bit, but it's like, dude, there's so many artists, so many, if we're being honest, like critical artists, right? That
Massive,
came out of Florida.
massively huge artists. I mean, I think game changing artists that have impact was Lil Jon before there was Lil. You know what I'm saying? If you really want to tell it, you know what I mean? Urban D, bro. The street disciple, bro. You're just that guy, man. Had a vision of what church could look like, from an urban hip hop perspective, and he was able to bring so many people together. Down to KB. I remember when KB, bro, he came to Florida. Oh, not came to Florida. Came to West Palm, where I'm at now, where I'm living. And we was rocking this show together, bro. And he was at a different place in his life back then. And when I met him, I was like, bro, man, what church do you go to? And he told me he went to a white church. And I'm like, nah, player, you got to be going to D's church. You got to go to Tommy Colonna's church. You know what I'm saying? So he's like, yeah, I tried. And then I said, nah, man, you need to go. So then I end up going back to crossover because I would go there several times out of the year, man. I love Tommy. Man. Salute to the Malone squad, man. Wife Lucy, kids, the whole nine, Flavor Fest crew, crossover family, everybody. So I went over there, and who do I see hanging out in the pack? KB. I'm like, yo, hey, man, so good to see you here, bro. And Tommy got to take him under his wing and disciple him, encourage him, push him, and give him a place and a voice and a platform. And he continued to perfect his gift. And who caught wind of him? Shout out, salute to the big homie, Lecrae. Boom, put him on. And now the dude's bigger than life. You know what I'm saying? It's just, it's like that. So it's been neat living in Florida and being a part of the movement in such a diverse state that has reggae to Spanish to hip hop, dirty South, East Coast, whatever it is, and just kind of watch it be put together. And then people's paths being crossed, just like KB. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. So 20 years, dude. 20 years is a while, right? To be in this thing. What has changed when it comes to Christian rap, man, in your eyes? And good, bad, whatever. Like what stands out to you, and like what's your I guess hope as we continue to move forward?
For me, I admire life music. I'm just a big fan of life music. So I do like how now the Christian hip hop industry, if you want to call it all that, has kind of acknowledged that there's life that we're living and we got to share it on record. Versus when I first started, it was like, if you ain't Bible thumping, like, you ain't getting on. And I had a hard time doing that because that ain't my swag. You can even hear this. If you can't pick that up in 5 minutes with me, you missed it. Like, I love, God through and through, you know what I'm saying? Salute the whole nine. That's my everything. But I'm not the guy that's going to go. Now, thus say it, like, that's just, I'm going to tell you what I feel God has to say in a language that you get it. You know what I'm saying? So I paraphrase a lot. I talk a lot about how I think God is so cool that he's into the very things that we're into. And that's why the Bible says, man, you delight yourself in the heart. So you draw a lot of the inspiration in a modern way. So I do applaud the youngin'. that are doing it. I just think that there's a lot of cats that almost forget the path that was paid for them. So what I would like to see more is the old and the young grow together. That's something I always. So every time I move forward, I bring Petty with me. Every time I move forward, I bring Lil Rascal. Anytime I had an opportunity to bring a diverse setting where we have record labels, we'll put a song out with everybody that's on a label. Well, I'm independent, so I'd do a song like On Fire, and I'd get Richie Righteous from Queens, Petty D from Duval, Brad Dring from New Zealand, D-Mob from Cincinnati, and me, from Miami, and showcase how we can all live and do this thing. You know what I'm saying? And it was just something I wanted to do because I thought it was important for everybody to get on. You know what I mean? Not just, specific in the cliques. So something the new guys can do that would be a lot of fun is get out of the clique only type vibe and expand, and network and branch out and with, the 520s like the Rapzillas or like, any of the other sites like, and then work with the artists that are popping right now or not popping right now. Build relationships with them because you may do the dopest songs with somebody that your network never heard, but other people heard. You know what I'm saying? It's just, don't go after the whole, bang, bang, shoot them up, get them, boom, I'm on now. Like, build your brand the way you want it to be. And when you're talking a brand, that's your life. Bring everybody together that you want a part of that life. Share life with those that you want to do life with, and don't be afraid to go out of your zone. Like, big shout out to the homie Rare God Twang. This dude right here, bro, he's doing country hip hop. Love him to life, man. Think the cat is super dope, super phenomenal. Everything about him I just think is creative, new, fresh. He's been doing hip hop for years, 10 plus years. His records right now getting played on major platform as dudes walk-up songs. And he's, breaking millions of streams on YouTube. All right? I never known the dude before. I heard him on my Pandora station. I was like, why is this country music playing on my station? Rare Breed, who is this dude? I reached out to him. And I was like, yo, homie, salute. Showed him love. And I said, hey, man, I just want to be that guy in your life. Call about whatever. Just like Petty D taught me. You call me about the game. So he likes the Braves. The Braves are playing the Marlins. I text him, during the game, yo, we're going to whoop that behind tonight, right? Life, man. You know what I'm saying? And he's not even in our genre, so to say. You know what I'm saying? And I still go out my way because this thing's bigger than the music. So for everybody that is starting, has started, been a part, going to start, this thing is bigger than you, it's bigger than me, and it's bigger than a label of Christian hip hop. This is life that we're living from a Christian that loves whatever genre that you love. You know what I'm saying? And for me, it's hip hop first, and then the rest after that.
Yeah, man, and you beat me to it, dude. I've been waiting. I was gonna mention the hat, dude. Like, shout out to Rare Breed, man. Like, I was blessed enough to be able to, work on a press release for him when he dropped the God Twang album. So, yeah, like you said, man, super cool dude, man, and a unique sound. Something that's not necessarily in the space.
And that's another thing, man. Be you. Like, I love where I'm at now. And it took me a while. Like, we talked about the In Rare Form project. You know, I was told back in 02 when I first, started working on my first demo, I was told by one of my first back then, bro, Eddy, if you start singing, bro, you're going to be a monster better than me. And I was like, nah, man. Now I look at it going, hey, man, real talk, bro. That seed you planted back then, even though it didn't reap right away, well, that thing is full grown now, dog. You can't get. I love me some melodies, bro. I push my stuff I'm doing, and I push myself in every which way. Say them differently and rock a different thing that, and just, it's, man, it's where it's at.
Yeah, man. Well, I know we've been on here for a minute, dude, so I want to respect your time, man. I'm loving that you're hanging out with us. I want to run it around with the team real quick, man. Like, get some final thoughts in here. My final thought is tell Raz that he still needs to be swinging through here. Like, we've been trying to line something up and get him on the podcast, dude, and talk about this new Grape Tree record. So just remind him we out here. So that's my.
I got you. Listen, consider it done. He's the next artist you got. You know what I mean? Man. And if not, I'm making a trip to to Houston personally. You know what I mean? I was serious about that.
Yeah. All right, KD, man, what you got, man?
Yo, definitely, bro. It's been a pleasure, man. Just being able to chop it up, man. Hear your story. We have a lot of similarities. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to make sure I encourage you to keep going and to keep growing. And it's really dope, man. Like, my pastor talked about this yesterday. Joseph's final stop wasn't in Potiphar's crib. His final stop wasn't in the prison. He was set to rule and be second in command over all of Egypt and save so many people. And I think you kind of touched on it earlier in terms of like the detours and, hey, this is going on and this is frustrating, but God, man. So I think it's been really encouraging to have you on tonight. I pray that everybody that tapped in tonight has been encouraged by it, especially cats who are in different spaces of life, but you are still creating. Don't stop creating just because the calendar turned, man. Listen, you should have more to talk about. And you should have a more creative way to talk about it. God doesn't put a cap on us. And I think that's just really encouraging and super dope. So salute to you, bro. It's been a pleasure, man. I got nothing but love for you. And man,
right back at you, baby.
Yeah, man, moving forward, bro. So thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. DJ J Shane, man. Any final thoughts?
Just to echo kind of what was said earlier, I mean, always a pleasure to be in the presence of somebody with just longevity, history, legacy. That's just the word that keeps coming back to my mind is legacy. There is some rich legacy here of history, and so I'm probably out of everybody here probably don't the least qualified to say anything else, but I always appreciated to be a part and to just to hear your story, and looking forward to the years to come, man. I know that this is nowhere near close to the end, man.
Right.
Despite what that EP said, man, like there are miles to go, more songs to write, more projects to release, and I look forward to seeing exactly what God has in store, man, and just all of that. Yeah.
Jay Shane, appreciate that, homie.
Yeah, man. 0 for hire, dude. First of all, shout out to you. Appreciate you running and producing the stream tonight, bro. What final thoughts you got?
I just started following you on Instagram. You got a lot of teeth on your stream. Like missing teeth. Like, look, somebody just lost a tooth.
Oh yeah. You talking about kids, bro? Yeah, see, that's life.
No, that's what I say. You are so inspirational because you got just real life stuff. Like, bro, it's like I lost a tooth. It's not just like 1 or 2 times. Like you putting life on there. But are you a photographer? Do you consider yourself a photographer?
Man,
you have some excellent compositions on just snapshotty type events.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, you should having that creative. You know what I'm saying? When you're, that's why I love. You know, I mean, one of the bajillion reasons why I love God, but I'm so infatuated with his creativity. He's the creator. You know what I'm saying? And he loves creating, and he's still creating. Like he's still breathing life. You know what I'm saying? He's still breathing fresh ideas and fresh new things, man, that are popping up everywhere. And every day we get to participate in that. You know what I mean? Like we actually get to vibe with our dad and create things that have never been created before. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's one of those things. I don't say that I am, but definitely when I go after, you know, kind of capturing something, I give it my try to at least come up with something that looks.
Yeah, I was gonna mention the photography on your website, and then now that I'm on your Instagram, I'm like, okay, so dude's got a good eye. That probably has a lot to do with it. But yeah, this has been an inspiration.
That's what's up, man. I like your lights in the background, bro. That's.
It looks better when I don't have to use my
good.
webcam. I don't know what's jacked up over here.
It looks fresh, bro. Yeah, that's something.
Yeah,
that's something, man. That you know, kind of my last thoughts, man. And I'm sure Boston, you got something else. Take it there. You know, I really think that when people get out their comfort zone and they just go like, hey, man, this is where I'm at in life, and this is what I'm about. There's something so freeing in that. You know what I'm saying? There's just something so freeing when you're able to go, man, I love the Lord, and I love golf, and I love fishing, and I love, you know, family, and I love sharing cool moments, and I like participating in you know, events, you know, because it's great to see the award shows and the million streams that you, but that ain't life 24/7. You know what I'm saying? So for me, that's something that I'm big on, and I have always been big on. Like, yo, you can too. I want to see your, because after this music thing, if you don't rock another, because for whatever reason you stopped and you ain't rocking it no more, I still care for you. You know what I'm saying? So that's where it's at.
Yeah, man. So the playlist is Vibes and Visions. The project is pronounced Pooh-Yole. Where do they go and, you know, just support, follow, all that good stuff?
520, baby. That's
what's
where
up,
they go.
man.
You know what I'm saying? 520collective.com. And that's where you'll catch me and everybody. You got to tune in, bro. That's license. And they're going to filter the rest. They're going to shoot you to eddypuyol.com. They're going to let you see that link to Apple, to Spotify, YouTube, to Pandora. Tell you, man, that Pandora, man, that still got me tripped out. Pandora show. It's crazy. You know, there's millions of artists in the world. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's what really is the coolest about that. Time and chance happens to everybody. And I gotta be 1,000. Like, okay, they may say I'm not the hottest. I'm not, you know, the dopest, all that. That's cool, you know. I know who God says about me, and I line up with that. So he said, I feel I am, you know what I'm saying? But I don't walk around like that. Cool with not knowing that I might not be everybody's taste, and that's cool, you know what I'm saying? But the wildest thing about it is how that even came about is, man, I was just interested in finding out how to work the Pandora program and just vibe on the platform that they give to artists, you know, Amp Pandora, that they give, you know, to artists to be able to tune in and kind of connect with their fans and, you know, find out where their songs are playing. I just wanted to kind of know the branding process. So I just, what's up, man? Hey, you know, talk, this, that, and the other, share notes. And when I got a response back, I just was me. And I was talking life on the email. You can help me out or you can't. You point me in direction, cool. But have a great day, man. I'm about to. Oh, you got kids? Yeah, I got a 7. Oh, yeah, me. Well, when we start talking, you know what I'm saying? So every time something happened, I slide, hey, man, this is the latest thing. This is the latest cut. Bro, I sent that Sigue Palante. Shout out to Will Thomas. Man, they were like, yo, this is great. I said, hey, if any of the Spanish curators or people that are doing playlists here, share it along with them. She goes, I know exactly what to do with this.
That's what's up, man.
I can't even make this stuff up, bro.
couldn't force
My
it.
life feels like a movie, baby. Do life with people. You know what I'm saying? Love God, love people. That's the thing. That's the model.
Man, I'm gonna
That's
have
what's
a
up.
way
We
better week
appreciate
now.
it, bro.
I'm gonna have a way
Yeah,
better week.
man.
King David, King David,
Hey,
it wasn't no payola, dog. And I promise, man, you can look at my gram. I ain't the hottest out there right now. I ain't the hottest smoking. You know what I'm saying? But God, you know what I'm saying?
Flavor is crazy, yo. Man.
You know, I'm the one that's gonna keep it real though all the time, though. And that's 100.
So
All right, Boston, get out your
yeah,
closet.
man. So,
Get out your
well,
closet,
dude, I
man.
mean, hey, this
You know what I
is
mean?
what we do. This is what we do
Find
around here,
out.
man. So,
Tell
but,
everybody we out.
yeah. So here it is. Go to 520club.com. Make sure you vote for the Wave Maker Awards right now through November 11th. While you're there, check out the latest from artists like Eddy Puyol. You know, it's indie Christian culture where we got news, media, and faith-based hip hop.